Welcome to my world. This is My World Podcast. Hi, I'm Isidra Person-Lynn, and for this first issue, I thought I'd begin where I left off with the Los Angeles Black Business Expo and Trade Show. Last year we had a ball, and this year will be even better at September 22nd through 24th at the LA Convention Center. We're going to meet Wendy, Raquel Robinson, and Malik Yoba. They are celebrity spokespersons of the Expo. Harold Hambrick explains.
It's a family affair. And naturally with Wendy, Mama Wendy, she's been with us how long now? About 6 or 7 years?
7 years, 7 great years. It's been wonderful. But now it's great to share it with a very striking and handsome businessman as well, Mr. Malik Yoba. Well, we're Amazing Grace Conservatory, and we are now just culminating our 10th year in business, which is wonderful. And it's amazing that that the theme this year is family, because that's our slogan, Amazing Grace Conservatory, a place where everyone is family. And I think family is so important, especially now in 2006 and in the Black community, and especially businesses that are coming together that are family owned and operated. And I think Amazing Grace Conservatory falls into that as well.
No, it's all of God's family, right? And I think it's really important. I was definitely raised in a family where my father always believed that you have to build your own generator, so when they turn off the power, you still have lights. So although Wendy and I work in entertainment and we've had shows and movies that come and go, the constant thing is the thing that, in order to really truly build wealth, it has to accumulate and compound over time, and it has to be passed on to generations. As long as we're just getting checks as employees, we're not really building wealth. So toward that end, like Wendy, I've got the Malik Yoba National Theater Company, which is focusing on developing the urban theater market. I've had a restaurant in New York for 9 years, and most recently, my sister and I wrote a book called Please Return My Phone Call, Preventing the Demise of Personal and Professional Relationships. And we've had an opportunity as brother and sister to go into major corporations, from billion-dollar technology companies. We're working at Yale, we're working in private schools, the United States Postal Service, the Morgan's Hotel Group, doing trainings around accountability and integrity, personal integrity and responsibility, follow through, things that make any business succeed. So often people say they want to be in business, but don't understand that, aside from the dream and the talk, you have to walk your talk. And it's actually better when you don't talk too much and just walk it and make it happen. And under promise and over deliver is definitely a great thing that I try to pass on to my kids as we talk about business. As a kid, my father always, would come home from work talking about or complaining about incompetence in the workplace. And as kids, we didn't even incompetence. What does that mean? And he just really instilled in us a strong sense of follow through and be if you're going to give somebody a word, then do what you say you're going to do no matter what. And it's astounding how many people in business, particularly at the manager, executive, director level, particularly in corporate America, don't practice these principles that we were taught. And so being an entrepreneur and having to reach out to businesses, whether they be in the finance world or corporate or education or politics, and inviting people to participate in what you're doing, how many people make promises they don't keep? And so after a few years of this, I was pretty frustrated, and I said, I'm going to write a book about it. And so I recruited my sister, and we sent out a bunch of emails to people just to sort of check the temperature on what other people's experiences were. And we saw that, cross businesses, cross educational institutions, it was an issue. And so the real affirmation came when I was hired to be a keynote speaker for a technology company. And they wanted me to focus on leadership and team building, which is going back to my background in community work and working with young people. When I told them about the book idea, they said that they wanted to buy 500 copies. And when I told them that it wasn't printed yet, they paid for the printing. And it's just been sort of going from there.
It's wonderful not only working with kids, but to have your own business, to have something that you pride yourself on. And I mean, just listening to Malik is great because my mom works with me, my sister works with me. I have my nieces and nephews that are in the program that are training as well. So being able to pass that on, not only as a business owner, but just my gifts and my talents, and being able to share that has given me so much more fulfillment than the industry or any other job has ever given me. So I'm having a good time doing it. So it's not like it's work. It's it's become a ministry on so many different levels. It really has, because the lives we have touched, moved, and inspired. I mean, the kids come back, and now they're adults, and some of them are teaching with us and choreographing, so they're learning, what true business is about, and they're starting up their own companies. So if we've inspired them to do other things and to own, their own music, like even Evan, who was in the picture with me, was that about 10 years ago? He started his own management company, Official Management Entertainment, and has artists on his label, and they're doing their thing. So it's wonderful to see that they are also cultivating that mindset.
That's nice. Just eye contact here, guys. Everybody, everybody. Working here.
And what about those plumbers? LR Services Plumbing.
So impressed with them. I think it was about 2 years ago when they were at the Expo, and just to see a company and to see young brothers and to see brothers that are actually brothers,
right.
Doing a business.
And it's good to see brothers with pipes in their hand and they.
Right. Yeah, not the crack pipe. But, they put a whole nother face on plumbers, because if you think about a plumber, you think about the crack in the butt with the, really, the low belt or whatever. Yeah.
Put a face on the...
But they've changed the face of that. So, I wish them so much success, and that, their legacy will be passed on to their children,
right.
Right,
yeah. Wendy and I definitely have a lot of personal values in common, giving back to people, educating, passing on what we've learned, and building up others that need to be built up. So I think that, the long and short of it is do what you say you're going to do, and if you can't do it, follow through with at least some form of communication, preferably your voice in the form of a phone call or a meeting, and if, worst case scenario, an email. But as long as people continue to fall short, it's great business for my book. The Malik Yoba National Theater Company is about creating, producing, acquiring, and distributing content for the urban theater market and turning, stage plays into film and television properties. And so there's an Urban Theater and Entertainment magazine. We started the award show. Well, you were interviewed. I interviewed you.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah,
so,
I was.
Right. So, it's just there's always going to be something in entertainment, but more importantly, like Magic Johnson, for me, I'm transitioning into real estate development, looking into the ownership of theaters and building, just doing the stuff that God has gifted us with, to promote abundance primarily. We communicate as artists, but ultimately it's about how many different ways can we express these principles, and I think through the arts, through economic development, real estate development, education, you're going to see me, as I've been for over 20 years, doing all kinds of stuff.
I was just doing a national tour of Cheaters with Brian McKnight, James Avery, and Carl Payne, and Karen Molina White, and we're wrapping that up, but they're still considering taking that out in the fall. And I just did the Girlfriend spinoff, so it's called The Game, and it's for the new CW network for the fall, and it's a half-hour comedy about football players, their wives, their managers, and their lives. So it's a very funny but interesting take on the NFL. So then there's that, and then of course producing with Amazing Grace Conservatory. So doing it, making it happen. I've been writing a lot of projects, not only for myself but for the conservatory. So I'm really excited about those possibilities as well.
And what is your website, Wendy?
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Isidra. It's www.amazinggraceconservatory.com. So all of our information is there, and our full season, we do 3 shows a year, and we're a year-round program for 7 to 21-year-olds. So come check us out. Whether you want to act, sing, or dance, or just have better communication skills and feel good about yourself and have higher self-esteem, it's the place to be.
Please return my phone call.com, or you can hit me at myspace.com/Malik Yoba.
Oh, you got a MySpace?
Sure do.
Oh, he is so with it.
I'm telling you, girl, because I know that you got to be online and on the internet to get communication with people.
We are the new Expo spokespersons.
Handle your business, black people. Y'all need to handle your business.
Well, that was Malik Yoba and Wendy Raquel Robinson. You can see them both at the next Los Angeles Black Business Expo. For more information, please visit their website, blackbusinessexpo.com. So now I guess it's time for the credits. Well, let's see. If you can multitask, watch the credits for the photo shoot while I give you a shout out to the Expo staff. Thanks to the Expo, Harold Hambrick, Myra Wallace, the Executive Director, Ernestine Ruth, Denise Sharon, Alberta, Vicki Phillips, Leroy, Renee, Desi, Mike Riddick, and many, many more. So don't forget, it's coming up September 22nd through 24th. Go to blackbusinessexpo.com for details. And for details about this, My World Podcast, please go to myworldpodcast.com. But thanks for being a part, and remember, you don't have to watch this on your iPod or watch it on your website. You can download it, put it on disc, and watch it in your living room. There's many ways to do it. Just make sure you watch.
But it's all going to be good, and this expo is going to be the best one yet. The 18th LA Black Business Expo and Trade Show, Tom Bradley Hall, LA Convention Center. See you there.
Here we go, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2.
It's My World, my podcast. It's myworldpodcast.com. I'm Isidra Person-Lynn. This is a House of the Rising Suns PR production.